Hi, my name is Ting Li, and I'm a key account manager at Bluewater. Today we're going to show you how to maintain and service our Bluewater water purifiers. Safety is our first priority. Electricity and water can be dangerous if not handled correctly. Before you are going to do anything, please disconnect our products from electricity and water. Let's get some tips from our technical expert, Per.
Hi, Ting.
Hi.
This video will show you how to change the membrane in your Bluewater, Electrolux, Dometic or other water purifier. Please note, you'll need to lubricate O-rings and rubber sealings with a thin film of food-grade silicone grease. To identify the correct membrane for the unit, please check the model description on the data label on the back side of the unit. Now, first remove the two screws holding in place the lid. Remove the lid, and then remove the dust protector and also the plastic cover on the drain valve. Unscrew the 4 screws holding the motor in place. Remove the belt, and then undo the locking ring holding the pump wheel. Remove the pump wheel. Now unscrew the 4 screws holding the brackets on the cabinet. Depress the locking ring to release the motor plate from the pump. Lift the motor unit up. Disconnect the earth cable from the motor and disconnect the electrical supply connector leading to the motor. Put the motor now to one side. Remove the 2 blue cables from the drain valve. Remove the 2 screws holding the valve to the brass gable. Remove the valve with the bracket and release the small hose from the pressure regulating valve. You also need to remove the hose from the pressure regulating valve and the pure water outlet, letting it rest over the side of the cabinet. Next, remove the hose from the pressure regulating valve and the short hose leading from the T-connector to the brass cable. Now, it's time to drain the water from the opening we've just made in the membrane brass cable. Please make sure, if lifting the unit, to not strain a back muscle. Once emptied, it's time to remove the 3 locking pieces holding the gable in place. To facilitate depressing the gable, insert a T-handle. Now push down the gable to release the locking rings. Remove the rings. Use a screwdriver or some other similar tool to carefully remove each of the 3 locking rings one by one. Remove the contacts with the orange cables from the inlet valve. Using the T-handle, lift the brass gable and membrane unit out from the pressure vessel. Let the water on the sides drain off for about 10 to 15 seconds before placing the unit on a working top, in this case the kitchen sink. Remove the spring with the red cap from underneath the membrane. Unwind the yellow tape holding the membrane to the plastic piece attached to the brass gable. Remove the pump from the membrane by just pulling it out. To ensure a high level of hygiene, please wash your hands thoroughly at this stage. Now, take the new membrane, ordered from your local dealer. Remove the parts from the accompanying plastic bag and attach 2 O-rings to the plug in the center of the wheel-like plastic piece that serves as a support for the membrane. Lubricate the 2 O-rings with the food-grade silicone grease and attach to the membrane. Please note, there is an arrow on the membrane indicating correct water flow that should always point upwards. Now, take the gable, turn it over, remove the 2 old O-rings from the center pipe and replace with 2 new ones that should then be lubricated. Take the large O-ring from the pack and replace the existing older one. Before starting to retape, you need to clean the plastic part of the pump and gable of any previous residue. Then assemble onto the top side of the membrane. Take the yellow tape and, starting from the right side of the opening in the gable, wind it clockwise around the membrane to seal the gap between the plastic gable and the membrane. Stretch the tape to minimize the wrinkles and make sure you don't come anywhere near the hole in the plastic gable. You should wind the tape a minimum 2.5 turns around the membrane and end after the hole in the plastic gable. Time for more lubrication to be applied to the big O-ring, and then inside the upper part of the grey pressure vessel just below the indentation. Turn the membrane unit on its side using the T attachment and insert the spring with the red cap into the hole in the centre. Now, return the membrane unit to the grey pressure vessel and push it down firmly. Replace the 3 locking rings. Lift the membrane up as far as it will go using the T-handle and then attach the 3 locking pieces. Remove the T-handle. Take the drain valve, lubricate the O-ring and add the bracket. Screw it back in position on the brass gable. Put back the small hose and connect the short hose piece to the brass gable. Attach the next hose to the lower connector on the pressure regulating valve. Connect the last hose first to the purified water outlet and then, secondly, to the pressure regulating valve. Connect the contacts with the blue wires to the drain valve in the middle and the contacts with the orange wires to the inlet valve. Now, take the motor assembly and reconnect the power connector and the earth connector. Replace the motor in the cabinet. Next step is to lock the complete motor package into the cabinet using the 4 screws. Replace the pump wheel on the pump. Put back the locking ring and attach the belt. Use your screwdriver and squeeze the cabinet to tighten the belt. Make sure it's tight, but not too tight. Put back the plastic cover on the drain valve. Don't forget to replace the plastic dust protector before putting on the lid. Next, secure the lid with the 2 remaining screws on the back side. Connect the unit to the water source and plug it into the electric socket. Before putting the unit back into service, you'll need to carry out a flushing procedure and a calibration process. Finally, please also remember to keep an eye open for any eventual water leakages.
It's not more difficult than that to keep turning tap water into healthier drinking water. For more information, please visit us at bluewater.se and stay in touch via Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and other social media. Thank you.